Hi there and welcome to this 127th live tech Q&A session where you can ask me some tech. I have to actually post it on Twitter and use the hashtag that is known as askgeekyranjit, and I'll be taking up the questions. And I can see a lot of questions already. Check the audio is working fine. So let's start taking up some of the questions. And I got the first question from Mutan. He was asking the Moto X style still a good buy or any other smartphones. He says no to the Mi 5. The Mi 5, yes, is I think so the best at 25,000 as of now. But yes, as you have already mentioned, the storage is a little bit low because it does not have any micro SD card. So I don't see anything that is going to beat the Mi 5 as of now. But rumors are there that the OnePlus 3 might be launching. So that can be a competitor, but that will take some time in my opinion. As of now, the Moto X style is a decent handset, but the thing is that after the Marshmallow update, I did notice that the Moto X style tends to heat up a little bit if you stress it, and also it does not have some advanced features like the fingerprint scanner, so you're going to miss on that. And now the Snapdragon 808, again, you simply cannot compare the Snapdragon 808 with the Snapdragon 820. So again, as of now, if you can live with the storage, the Mi 5 is the best option. But if you can wait, the OnePlus 3 might be launching in the next couple of months, but it's going to take some time. JIT also is asking a question. He says thinking of selling my Nexus 6P and buying the S7 Edge. He says recommended or not. He says for me, even the 6P camera is good enough. I would say JIT again, as you have already mentioned that the camera, you are happy with the camera performance of the Nexus 6P. Nexus 6P is still a very good phone. As you can see, this is the Nexus 6P I have. But definitely in the camera performance and in battery life, I feel the Galaxy S7 Edge goes ahead. And again, as you can see, I'm using the S7 Edge with a case because it's a very slippery phone. Yes, I would say it is better than the Nexus 6P because of the better battery life that I'm getting. And also the camera is just amazing. The camera is so good that you start to take in a lot of pictures with the S7 Edge. So again, it depends. And again, one more advantage with the S7 Edge is that it has a micro SD card slot. So it's very easy to move a lot of files. And I've noticed that I started taking a lot of pictures with the S7 Edge because I can just plop in a 128GB SD card and I don't have to worry about storage. So these are the things about the difference between the S7 Edge and the Nexus 6P. In fact, JIT, I would suggest that I already posted about 2 weeks ago a video where I compare the Nexus 6P with the S7 Edge. In fact, you can go to my YouTube, channel and check out that. In fact, you can also just go to this website that I made recently that is known as geekyranjit.com, and here you have all my latest videos, so you can check out there also. So anyways, let's come back and let's move to the other questions that we might have. This is by Satvik. He is asking, do you know when will there be open sales for the Redmi Note 3? Frankly, guys, I have no idea about that. It's still that silly flash sales that we are getting. This is by Subhashjit Sen. He's asking, is the Audio Technica 88 CLR 100 still a best choice in that price range? Stock is not available. Yes, I feel the Audio Technica 88 CLR 100 is still one of the best earphones at that price point. It's available for what, 600 to 650 rupees. But due to high demand, it often goes out of stock. And still, I have tested a lot of earphones. I keep on testing and I go back to that for the budget range. In fact, I've given a bunch of earphones to my wife and I don't tell her the price. And she picks up, the Audio Technica 88 CLR over some of the other earphones that cost almost 3 times the price. So yes, for the price, I feel they are very good. Let's move to the next question. Let me check the audio, guys. Give me a second. Okay, and this is by Silas. He is asking, which is better for gaming, the OnePlus X or the Asus Zenfone 2? The OnePlus X will do gaming a little bit better because it has a better processor. The Asus Zenfone 2, what are you talking? You're talking about the base variant or the 4 GB RAM variant? If it's the 4 GB RAM variant, I would say go with the 4 GB RAM variant. That performs very well, and in gaming also it did actually very well. In fact, it will do better than the OnePlus X. But if you're looking at the budget variant of the Asus Zenfone 2, that is the laser, then the OnePlus X is better. But if it's the 4 GB RAM model, then definitely the Asus Zenfone 2. Some of you are asking about HTC One ME. I haven't tested that device, so I simply cannot comment about it. Let's move. This is by Rishabh. He is asking, I want an overall great package under rupees 25,000. He says, should I go with the Mi 5 or are there better options? This is very similar to the first question that I took. Yes, as of now, currently, I feel the Mi 5 offers the best value. Yeah, in fact, the camera is also decent. I got the latest update. I'm on the beta ROM just about 4 days ago, and the camera performance has improved. In fact, just today I posted the camera review. You can check out that, and the overall performance is actually very good with the Mi 5. I don't think so as of now currently there is any handset in India that can compete with the Mi 5 in terms of the overall price to performance ratio. But the only thing is that the storage options that we are getting in India are pretty limited. We just get the 32 GB variant, and out of that we just get about 24 gigs of storage. So let's move to the next question. And in fact, I was getting this sort of a question by quite a few, so I'll just take that. This is by Rajshri. He is telling, it's impossible for me to get the 3 GB RAM variant of the Redmi Note 3. Should I buy the Samsung Galaxy S5? The Samsung Galaxy S5 is a good device. It was launched about 2 years ago. But the thing that I didn't like about the Galaxy S5, I haven't tested the Galaxy S5 now. When it was launched, I used it, and it didn't give a simple, I would say, a good in-hand feel. So I am not very sure how is the performance of that device as of now, because it was a little bit laggy with the TouchWiz that came at that time. So I'm not very sure how will be the performance as of now. But I feel in terms of raw camera performance, yes, the Galaxy S5 might beat the Redmi Note 3, because the camera performance even on the Galaxy S5 was very good. So if you need a water resistant phone, the Galaxy S5 was a water resistant phone, and you're okay with that little bit of lagginess here and there, you can consider the Galaxy S5. But I feel, yes, the Redmi Note 3 offers a lot more. For example, you get the fingerprint scanner, which is far superior to the fingerprint scanner that I don't even recall if the S5 had that. If I recall, that fingerprint scanner, that was not that good. The fingerprint scanner on the Redmi Note 3 is far better. So as of now, I can't comment how is the Samsung Galaxy S5 performing as of now, because it should be on Android Lollipop, and I didn't test it with Android Lollipop. Let's move. Again, I won't take this question. I've already taken a similar questions. This is by Pramod. Why aren't you doing any videos on routing and stuff? I don't do routing videos and stuff. I never did it. So I have no plans to do that. Let's move. This is by Tarun Cherry. He's asking, this is A8. I think so you mean the Galaxy A8. He says Galaxy A8 or the OnePlus 2. Are any phones with dual SIM and good storage? And the user experience is handy in the price range of 15 to 25,000. You have a lot of phones, I would say. You can check the Vibe X3, and in fact, rather than the Samsung Galaxy A8, though the OnePlus 2 is not one of my favorites, the weight distribution is not that good. The battery life was sort of average. The camera is also sort of not that great. I feel the Mi 5 will easily beat the OnePlus 2's camera. Between the Samsung Galaxy A8 and the OnePlus 2, I would give the slight edge to the OnePlus 2. And let me just refresh the questions, guys. It will take a second. And again, to post your questions, you have to post it via Twitter. And my net is acting a little bit slow, so just give me a second, guys, so that I can look at the questions. It's really slow today, my net. Let's getting a lot of questions about Mi 5. Let's just take them. Uh, this is by Meet Singh. He's asking any hint on the Redmi Note 3 32GB variant. When is it coming to India? I think so. With the last sale, I'm not tracking the Redmi Note 3 because I've already finished my review. With Amazon.in, that only had stocks for 16GB variant, but on the me.com website, they had the 32GB variant. So I would suggest that check both the sites because I think so. Xiaomi is now pushing their premium variants and the larger storage variants to me.com. Let's move. Devansh is saying the audio quality was excellent, but the video quality has degraded. Don't know, I'm using the same stuff. Might be with the net issues. In my preview, the video looks fine. Let me know, guys, if you think something else is wrong. Anyways, let's move. This is by Mandar. He's asking, do you think Mi5 is totally worth for 25,000 for the 32GB variant? As of now, as I've already mentioned, as of now in India, we just cannot get anything better than the Mi5 at 25,000. So that's the thing. But yeah, I feel 32GB of storage will be okay for most of the users. But if you are sort of a power user and if you are sort of a power gamer, then yeah, the 32GB storage might be a limiting factor because you don't have a micro SD card. But if you are okay with moving your files and let's say if you take a lot of pictures and stuff to your computer, then you can certainly live with a 32GB variant. Anyways, let's move. Okay, give me a second, guys. This is by Somit Patel, and he is asking, he says, I want to buy a gaming Android phone under the rupees 15,000 budget. You have quite a few options now. I would say if screen quality is not your highest priority, check out the Motorola Moto G Turbo. It performed brilliantly in gaming. You can check out my gaming review. It did fabulous in gaming, I would say. Also, we have the Redmi Note 3, which also did actually very good in gaming. So go with the 3GB variant of the Redmi Note 3 if you can get hold of that. I feel as of now under 15,000, the Redmi Note 3 has the best performance overall, I would say. And the second option I would say is the LE1S. That's also an option, but the LE1S I wouldn't recommend exactly for gaming because the thing with the LE1S is that after about 10 odd minutes of gaming, it tends to heat up quite a bit. Anyways, let's move to the next one. Saileshwar is asking me about TVs. No idea, I don't review TVs, so can't comment about it. This is by Rakshit. Which processor is better in terms of performance compared to between the Exynos, Snapdragon and Intel? It's very different, I would say. Exynos is used by Samsung. For example, the S7 Edge is using the latest version of Exynos. That's the 8890. But they use their mid-tier Exynos chipset in the Galaxy J7. I don't have the Snapdragon 820 variant of the S7, so I can't compare. But what I've heard is that the Exynos variant gives a better battery life than the Snapdragon 820 variant. But I feel in pure gaming performance, the Snapdragon 820 variant will do a little bit better because of the more optimized and powerful Adreno 530 GPU. And most of the developers actually tweak their games for the Adreno GPU rather than the Mali GPU. So for pure gaming, I would say I would prefer the Snapdragon 820 because of the Adreno 530 GPU. In fact, that is the reason if you watch my gaming review with the Mi5 has the Snapdragon 820 chipset. The gaming performance was very good. Now coming to Intel is sort of lagging in the mobile space because of the power issues and stuff. So that's why you don't notice the high-end, the flagships devices coming out with the Intel chipsets, at least for mobile. In desktop, yes, Intel is the king, but in mobile processors, I feel still Qualcomm has an edge. Let's move to the next one. Same questions and stuff. I'm not going to take any personal questions. This is by Sanal. He's asking what is the audio quality of the Redmi Note 3. The audio quality was fine. The speaker was fine. I didn't have any issues with the speaker. In fact, Sanal, I would suggest that you watch the full in-depth review that I posted about 2-3 weeks back. That gives you an entire overview about the Redmi Note 3 with its pros and the cons. In fact, the 2 GB RAM variant of the Redmi Note 3, which I purchased from Amazon, I have given that to my dad, and he is perfectly very happy with that device. He's surprised. I didn't tell him the price till now, what is the price of that device, and he thinks it's a pretty expensive phone because the fingerprint scanner and all those things are working very well. Anyways, let's move to the next question. This is an interesting, this is a Microsoft Surface question, and this comes from Mion Focus, and he's asking, Surface 4 problems rectified from Microsoft, can I buy now? No, some of the problems cannot be rectified. They are hardware issues. For example, the screen flickering issues that I talked about in my review, those are hardware issues. When you lower the brightness below 10%, the screen starts to flicker randomly, and that's still happening. Also, what do you say? Sometimes it does not wake up properly from sleep. For example, this is the Surface. It's not like that my Surface does not work. As you can see, this is the Surface. I use it daily, I would say, but I don't use it for mission critical tasks. For example, I do my web browsing research work on that. But for example, what do you say? Very critical tasks like this live Q&A broadcast, which I just can't afford something to go wrong, I will not use my Surface. But apart from that, yes, I'm using the Surface. There are those bugs. Those are not gone. But now the sleep issue, I don't have the problem every day. Maybe once in 3-4 days, yes, sometimes it acts wonky. But some of the other issues like the screen flickering issues, those are the hardware issues, and the quality control is sort of poor. But still, if you want the hybrid form factor, I feel the Surface, as of now, Surface is the best device. Yes, it is not perfect, but if you can live with those things, I feel it's a good device. As you can see, I have the Surface. This is the one that I purchased, and I use it almost daily. But be ready for some of the issues that you might encounter every 3rd, 4th day. Anyways, let's move to the next question. Some of you are asking about Mi Pad. I don't think it's a good idea to buy the Mi Pad 1 now. It's pretty outdated. No idea about screen guards and stuff. I don't use screen guards, guys. What is this? Kanishka, when will the Lenovo K5 Note be available? I have no idea. That's not yet launched in India. I don't think so. Lenovo will launch the K5 Note immediately in India, because the K4 Note, they just launched about 3 months ago, and they have recently launched the K5 Plus. So I don't think so. This is the K5 Plus. The Lenovo K5 Note might come anytime soon. Sandeep is asking, will I be reviewing the Xiaomi 2000 milliampere power bank? No, I have no plans. This is by Singh. He's asking, I need a new smartphone because I lost the Mi 3. My budget is around 25,000. As of now, as I've already mentioned, I feel for 25,000 rupees, I feel the Xiaomi Mi 5, if you can get it because of silly flash sales, is the best option. And the camera is also decent. The performance is actually really good. Battery life is decent. Only thing is that we just get the 32 gigabyte variant, and we don't have a micro SD card. So if you can live with that, about 24 gigabytes of storage, go with the Mi 5. I would say very good device. And as of now, at that price point of about 25,000, nothing can touch it. I hope OnePlus 3, whenever it comes, gives a good competition to the Mi 5. Anyways, let's move. Why is it? Twitter is crazy, guys. Let me just refresh the questions. It doesn't show the questions properly by time. Let's just look some of the new questions. So let me look at it. And this is by Dave. He's asking, can you suggest me a good overall device under rupees 20,000? I usually put stress on gaming, multitasking, and camera. Oh my god, you said the camera. I would say at 20,000, if you can't up your budget, go with this Lenovo Vibe X3. It's a fabulous phone, but camera in low lighting and sort of artificial lighting is a problem because it does not have optical image stabilization. You can certainly get some decent shots, but as it does not have any optical image stabilization, when you take the pictures at night, you have to be still, hold your breath for about a second. If you can do that, you can get some good shots. I feel the Vibe X3 as of now offers very good gaming performance. Battery life was actually even better than the Mi 5. So overall at 20,000, I feel the Vibe X3 would be my pick. But if you can extend till 25,000, then it's the Mi 5 in my frank opinion. Let's move. This is by Akshay Pandey. He is asking Snapdragon 808 versus the Snapdragon 801, which is more powerful. Obviously, the Snapdragon 808 is a much powerful device compared to the Snapdragon 808. The Snapdragon 808, frankly, is a very old chipset now. It's sort of outdated. Let's move to the next one. And this is by Ritik D. Shah. He's asking, how is the loudspeaker of the Nexus 5X and the Redmi Note 3? I feel the loudspeaker on the Redmi Note 3 is louder compared to the loudspeaker that we have on the Nexus 5X, but not by a huge margin. I haven't used the Huawei P9, so I can't answer that question. This is by Kiran. Is asking, when did you review the Creo Mark? I didn't review the Creo Mark. And I have no plans to review the Creo Mark, so I'm not reviewing that device. Guys, I have just limited time, and I just can't review every product that comes to the market. This is by a earphone related question. Let's take it. This is by Jay, and he is asking us, according to you, he says, till now, which earphone gives the best quality under rupees 2000 rupees? As of now, I would say I have been testing a lot of earphones. Let me maximize my view. And I feel this Mi In-Ear Pro, not the regular one. This is the Mi In-Ear Pro. And this is available for 1400 rupees. And I feel this is a very good earphones for the price. With a little bit of EQ, I could get very good sound signature on this. And from last 10 odd days, I've noticed that unconsciously I have quite a few earphones to pick, and I'm picking up this one. So under 2000 rupees as of now, and it also has buttons here, and you can control the volume, and also a built-in microphone to take calls. So I feel as of now, this would be my pick if you have a budget of under 2000 rupees. Let's move to the next one. 1 second. This is by this is by Karthik. He's asking, sir, what do you think about Sony? Isn't it making impact as Samsung is doing? What are your thoughts? Karthik, the problem with Sony, at least in India, was that every other smartphone that I've tested with Sony has major heating issues. Even the Xperia Z5 had that, Xperia Z3 had that, Xperia Z Plus had that. Even I reviewed I purchased the Sony M4 Aqua, that also had heating issues. So Sony is not just addressing that issues. I won't say every phone gets a little bit warm. In fact, I took a topic about that in the Weekly Talks. I in fact started a new series called Weekly Talks. Every Sunday I talk about a topic, and last week I actually let me show you, talked about if you go to my website, that's geekyranjit.com, here is this. I was talking about the heating issues, and the problem with the Sony phones is that even with normal usage, it gets so uncomfortably hot that I simply cannot recommend it. That's the major problem that Sony is having, and their unibody design also, it's almost the same. They are not innovating. Let's see how it does, because I've heard from a lot of dealers. I talked to a lot of dealers also. They said that in India the Sony smartphone sales are next to none. Let's move to the next one. This is by Bobita Raj. He's talking about, did you get the update on the S7 Edge fixing the yellow light saturation? Yes, I got it, and in fact the review that I posted about 2 days ago was after the update. This is by Dipenjar. He's asking, which phone has a better camera, the Redmi Note 3 or the Lenovo K4 Note? Sadly, I don't have the Lenovo K4 Note. I got the Redmi Note 3 after I sent back the Lenovo K4 Note. The Lenovo K4 Note was a review unit. It was sent back to Lenovo. I feel now after the new updates, both are sort of on equal footing. But if I have to pick one device, I will definitely pick the Redmi Note 3 over the Lenovo K4 Note, because simple fact is that the Redmi Note 3 is a far better device compared to the Lenovo K4 Note. Let's move to the next one. Some of you are asking me about the Galaxy 8. I just don't remember about that device. Just watch my review. I did it a couple of months back. There you'll have all the details. This is by Pradeep. He's asking best phone under the budget of 6 to 7,000. Lately, I haven't tested any budget-oriented phones. I'm liking this, what do you say, the K5 Plus, but I think so it's 8,500. You can check out the Redmi Note 2 Prime. I think so you can get that for about 7,000. Just check my, what do you say, review. I posted it about 4 months back. This is by Hari. He is asking, how will you compare the 32 gigabyte and the 16 gigabyte variant of the Redmi Note 3? Can I buy the 16 gigabyte variant? Will it offer nice performance compared to the 3 gigabyte RAM? Obviously, I would say the 3 gigabyte RAM model is better if you are sort of a heavy multitasker. If you keep jumping from one app to the other frequently, let's say more than 3 apps, then definitely the 3 gigabyte RAM model would be better. But if you're sort of a casual user, you don't jump a lot, then even the 2 gigabyte RAM model would be fine. The biggest problem with the 2 gigabyte RAM model is it also has lesser internal storage. But the 2 gigabyte RAM model will work fine. In fact, I've given the 2 gigabyte RAM model of the Redmi Note 3 to my dad, and he's perfectly happy with it. And in fact, I did use the 2 gigabyte RAM model for 4 days, and it was fine. But yes, obviously, the 3 gigabyte RAM model is better for heavy multitasking. I was noticing that the apps used to get booted out more quickly on the 2 gigabyte RAM model compared to the 3 gigabyte RAM model. So let's move. Manu Mishra is asking, do you think Qualcomm are being garbage recently? No, the Qualcomm chips are not garbage. Why do you think like that? In the GPU performance, I still feel Qualcomm has a good edge. And Exynos is just used on a couple of devices. Qualcomm, for example, HTC 10, LG, all the other vendors, Sony, etc., will still use the Snapdragon 820 chipset. Some of you are asking me about LG G5. I simply cannot comment anything about the LG G5 because I haven't tested that device. And give me a second, guys. Let me drink some water. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I am back. And Rajesh is asking, are you going to review the iPhone SE? I have, as of now, I have no plans to review the iPhone SE, guys. And what about the Marshmallow update on the Note 5? Again, I can't be reviewing the Note 5. I no longer have the Note 5. I sold my Note 5 last year. So I no longer have the Note 5. And Gurkeet Singh is asking, is the Galaxy J7 a good buy? Is the iPhone 5s a good buy at 17,000? I would not recommend the iPhone 5s as of now because it's pretty old device, and there is a reason that Apple has stopped selling the iPhone 5s in the US. It's stopping the production of that, so it's outdated, and I highly doubt that the next version of iOS will be compatible with the iPhone 5s. So if you're looking to have a phone for more than 2-3 years, then I would not recommend you the iPhone 5s. Yes, if you buy it now, it will work fine for this generation of iOS, but I doubt how will be the performances with the next variant of the iOS, that's iOS 10. I also would not recommend you the Galaxy J7 as of now because I feel the Redmi Note 3 that is available for 12,000 is a far better device compared to the Galaxy J7. Let's move. The Galaxy J7 2016 edition is supposed to launch soon in India, but let's see after it launches. Let's see if I'm able to review it when it launches. Vishal is asking, do you think the demand for Android tablets have come down? Yes, tablets actually don't sell that much because I feel people don't upgrade the tablets that often compared to smartphones. In fact, we have an iPad 2 in our family and still it's working fine. Hence, we didn't even feel the need of upgrading to a new iPad. So yeah, the general trend is that people are not upgrading to new tablets. And I still personally feel that for tablets, I feel the Apple iOS is a better platform because simply speaking, the tablet apps that we find on iOS are way more optimized compared to the Android apps that we get for the tablets. Let's move to the next one. Some of you are asking about the Creo Mark. No idea. I have no plans to review that device. And I feel it's sort of overpriced for 20,000, guys. We are just getting the Helios X10 processor, which the LE1S had for 11,000, and it does not even have a fingerprint scanner. So I don't know from where you guys are seeing value on that device. I just don't see value. And the second part is that it's a very new company, so we don't know how will be the service and stuff like that. So let's move to the next one. Some of you are asking about Oppo F1. I haven't tested the Oppo F1. Let's move. Let me just refresh the questions, guys. Again, this Twitter feed is crazy. It just doesn't show the latest questions quickly. Sometimes it just goes crazy. Let me just refresh it. Let's take up some questions now. This is by Anup. He's asking, he says, I have the Samsung Galaxy on 7, okay? And I'm planning to go for the Redmi Note 3. I would like to know how's the camera on the Redmi Note 3 compared to the On 7. I feel the Redmi Note 3 is a far better device than the On 7 in every aspect. It will be a huge upgrade in my frank opinion. Let's move to the next question. This is by Piano Squash. He's asking, I'm planning to buy a tablet PC, budget around 60,000. How is the Surface Pro 3? I would say, yes, you can look at the Surface Pro 3 because that's available for 57,000. Yeah, but do remember that with the Surface Pro 3, you don't get Surface keyboard. That's a separate accessory and that sells for 12,500. You strictly don't need that. For example, this is my Surface Pro 4, and most of the time I don't use the keyboard unless I'm writing huge emails and stuff. I use the virtual keyboard for general stuff. So yeah, the Surface Pro 3 is a good option in my opinion. Let me just put back this charger. Oops, 1 second, guys. Yeah. So let's go back, and this is by Asim. He is asking me, what do you prefer? I think so. He wants the placement of the fingerprint scanner, front or back. I prefer it on the back. I don't know why, but I feel on the back is an ideal location, and they work a lot better. For example, I love the fingerprint scanner that is on the Nexus 6P. For example, I just don't like, it's a little bit slow on this S7. See, as you can see, sometimes it does not work. So I prefer it on the back, I would say. Even on entry-level phones like the Redmi Note 3, it's on the back and they work very well. This is by Aditya. Is the screen flickering issue major constraint to buy the Surface Pro? It does not happen every time, but if you lower the brightness, for me, if I lower the brightness below 10%, then sometimes the screen starts to flicker. It won't be an issue if you're using it in normal lighting, but I use my Surface and my tablet generally before going to sleep. So the room is almost pitch dark, and that way I have to lower the brightness. And then it sometimes has that flickering issue. It's a known issue. Most of the units have that. There are some lucky users that don't have that issue, but most of the users have that flickering issue. Let's move to the next question. Some of you are asking about Oxygen OS 3. As of now, I can't do that. Sorry, I don't have the OnePlus 2, so I can't be making a revisited video after the Marshmallow update. And this is by Urban. He's asking, which is the best smartphone below 20,000? As of now, for 20,000, my pick would be the Lenovo Vibe X3. Overall, a very good device. And if you are an audiophile, if you listen to a lot of music, you'll just love the speakers, especially the output via the headphone jack is amazing. One of the best. The only thing is the camera in artificial lighting is a little bit on the weaker side because it simply does not have any optical image stabilization. Some of you are asking about the solar plant. It's still, I'm just researching on it and about the feasibility also. This is by Dipanshu. He's asking, is the Xiaomi Mi 5 a better overall device than the Galaxy S6? I would say it depends. In camera, I would say both. I don't have the Galaxy S6, so I can't do a side-by-side comparison. But I feel in the camera department, S6 might have a slight edge. But apart from that, personally, if you give me a choice between the Mi 5 and the Galaxy S6, I will opt for the Mi 5 because the fingerprint scanner is way better on the Mi 5. Also, I would say the battery life is way better on the Mi 5 compared to S6, and obviously it's having the new Snapdragon 820 chipset compared to the old Exynos that we have on the S6. So my pick would be the Mi 5 over the Galaxy S6 because I just don't care about the brand. Okay, I feel the Mi 5 is a better product. Let's move to the next one. This is by Pranay. This is an interesting question. And again, guys, I'm just noticing that we have about 660 people live. So thumbs up for that. Anyways, let's take Pranay's question. This is by Pranay. He is asking, he says, I want to buy a DSLR and I'm not a professional photographer. Though I'm impressed by the pics. I would say, Pranay, go with the entry-level DSLR. These days, you get decent kit lens, and with some bundles, we also get, 55 to 250 telephoto lens. So go with that and play around. And with the DSLR, it will take you time. I would say, yes, in the auto mode, it is very easy. But if you really want to learn photography and take pictures, then start using the manual mode. Start with the aperture mode and the other modes. And that way, you'll learn a lot, I would say. And also invest in a prime lens. Prime lens is what you can't just zoom in and zoom out. You have to move, and that way you will learn a lot. For example, the Nifty 50 that we call the 50mm prime lens. Again, it's available for both the Nikon and Canon. Let's move. Some of you are asking. Sagar is asking about the Meizu M3 Note. I haven't tested that device, so simply can't comment about it. This is by Prashant Shu. He's asking a web hosting related question. Bluehost or HostGator? I haven't used Bluehost. I used HostGator India, and the service was not good. Horrible, I would say. I had a lot of problems. So I don't know how is the HostGator US, but the HostGator India was simply not that good. I haven't used Bluehost, so no idea. I'm using a VPS server from Known Host. It's in US. They have been performing pretty decently for a VPS. Virtual private server, I would say. Best music app. What is that? I was using one on Power Amp. It's a paid app. It's just $1. I like that. This is by Yachint. He is asking us, what do you think about the Mi 5's biggest flaw apart from the pricing, flash sales, and 32GB internal storage? Biggest flaw, again, the storage. Why don't you have a micro SD card? Why can't you have a micro SD card? That's my biggest problem with the Mi 5, I would say. And apart from that, overall, I like the design. The only thing I don't like is the volume buttons, and the power buttons are a little bit wobbly. But apart from that, I would say it's a very good device, in my opinion. And yeah, my ranting is, why can't Xiaomi had a micro SD card slot on this one? They have limited this device. That's my frank opinion. Let's move to the next question. Abhishek Goyal is asking, is the Galaxy S7 Edge a good upgrade over the Galaxy Note 5? I would say camera is an improvement, and even the battery life is an improvement over the Galaxy Note 5. And if you don't use the Note 5 S Pen features, yes, you can upgrade to the S7 Edge. But if you use the S Pen, wait for the Note 6, in my frank opinion. Let's move. This is by Shetty. He's asking, he says, I'm looking for a new laptop, anything within 2 lakh. Main concerns are GPU performance and fast storage. I don't review laptops. I like the MacBook Pro. I personally am using the MacBook Pro 15-inch. This live cast and all my videos are produced via that. So you can check out the MacBook Pro 15-inch. I think so with the dedicated GPU variant, it is around 1,80,000 to 1,85,000. A very good laptop. Really love it. All my work is done on the MacBook Pro 15-inch. Let's move. One second, guys. Give me a second. Let me try to quickly refresh. And again, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, do follow me, because I can't just keep posting everything. I can't post a new video about every topic, and I generally tweet about stuff. Let's move. This is by, one second, this is by Parth. Any plans on HTC 10? I'll try to see when it launches officially in India, and I have to look at the pricing also. This is by Balje. He's asking, can you suggest me any mobile for best camera and good gaming with excellent battery life, less than 25,000? Wow. You want all those things. I would suggest have a look at the Xiaomi Mi 5. Just today I posted my camera review for the Mi 5. So check out my channel for the camera samples. And again, obviously it does great in gaming, and the battery life also on the Mi 5 is actually really good. So guys, it's been over 30 minutes. It's almost 40 minutes now. So I will be ending this live Q&A session. And again, do remember that we do this live Q&A session every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. India time. So I hope that you'll be able to join me. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Signing off.